Well, hello crafty peeps. Debbie here from Paper Sweeties, doing a quick video to show you this adorable little projects I created using the November new release Build a Snowman stamp and coordinating sweet cut die set from Paper Sweeties, along with some goodies I picked up from the dollar store to create this adorable little snow girl. And the second one I'm going to create is a snowman on this cute little distressed shiplap looking frame that you can hang somewhere on your wall or in a coffee station by a hot cocoa station, or add it to a tiered tray. Super cute and adorable. So I decided to put some kits together so you can make one just like me too. So in your little kit, if you choose to get the kit, you're going to get the Build a Snowman stamp set and coordinating sweet cuts die set. You'll get the canvas frame that I used to create this, and I'll show you how I took it apart to create this cute little shiplap looking shadow box. You'll get the twine if you choose to hang it, and some black and white buffalo check ribbon to tie up top. And I created the shiplap with some popsicle sticks. So you get 15 popsicle sticks that you could add to your project. And a cute little glitter snowflake. Now I went back today to get some more of these glitter snowflakes to add to the kits, and of course they were sold out. So I will check back at my local Dollar Tree store to see if I could get some more in the next day or two. And if not, I will send you some sort. I picked up some other cute glitter stickers. Some were trees, some were little reindeer. So you'll get a sticker. You'll get a sticker. Hopefully I'll have enough of the snowflakes to fill all the kits, but if not, it might be a different sort of sticker. And then the only other thing that you'll need from your stash is I use a foam brush for my paint, and I'm using, you can use any color you like. I'm using Folk Art Minted Aqua, Folk Art Wicker White, and then this acrylic paint Espresso Bean for some of the wood distressing. You will need your stamp, acrylic block or a Misty, and some black ink to stamp your images, and then a little die cutting machine to die cut them. I'm going to show you on camera how to do that. And some hot glue, some scissors, some adhesive, a marker to color the little snowman's nose. I always like to give rosy cheeks on my snowman and my Paper Sweeties dolls, and I just use some blush and a Q-tip and some foam dots if you want to pop your images up. And then I went out in my yard and picked 2 little pieces of mulch for the snowman's arms, or if you have access to like tiny little twigs or sticks in your yard or your neighborhood, you can grab those to add if you choose to give your little snowman arms like I did with mine. All right, let me show you really quick how I did this and how quickly it comes together. So what I'm gonna do is do the painting first to let that dry. And while that's drying, we can do all the other stuff. All right, so put that snowman over there out of the way so it doesn't get ruined. In your kit, you're gonna get a piece of canvas. So go ahead and open your canvas up. And then go ahead and, if you want to be careful, removing, oh look at this one is broken. Hold on, let me get another canvas that's not broken, and I will end up keeping that for myself and hot gluing it, but I don't want to show you the broken one on camera. Yeah, like I said, I'll use the broken one for myself. It'll just give it a little bit more distressed, aged look if a corner of it is broken and glued back together. All right, so open your little canvas, and if you want to be super careful removing the canvas, we're not going to use on this project, go right ahead. I'm not, so I'm just going to bust it out of there so we can get to creating. Just carefully kind of pull it away. It's stapled on the back. So you want to carefully just kind of tear the canvas. If you're so inclined, you can try to be careful with it and try to reuse a portion of it for another project. I couldn't think of anything to do with the canvas, and I know as soon as I rip it off, probably going to think of something I could have done with it, but that's okay. All right. Kind of comes off pretty easy once you get a corner started. Just rip all that canvas off. And then if any of the staples come loose, I kind of pulled them off. And any little pieces that were still hanging in there, if you could get them. If you think they're going to show through to the front, you can cut them off. If you don't think they're going to show through to the front, they're fine just leaving them on the back, because we're going to hot glue the popsicle sticks on, and they're going to cover the staples and any of the mess back here, and you'll never see them. Okay. All right. I think that's good enough. Get rid of that. And then what I did is I just put, oh, this one's really yucky and messy. I love it. It's very distressed on the side. I'm going to cut some of these big wood chunks off. If you have some sandpaper, you can sand it a little, I guess, if you want. I don't have any here in the house with me. I probably got some out in the shed. I'm too lazy to go out there and get it. But I like that distressed look. It's kind of cool. All right, so if you want to sand yours at this point, you would go ahead and sand. I'm not going to sand mine. All right, so what I did is I just took some of the white paint, and I have some wax paper down here to use as my palette. That's very cheap, inexpensive way to use your paints and not spend a lot of money. And then I kind of just dotted on my foam brush and got busy painting my frame all the way around with the white. Give it a nice, good, thick base of the white. And then we're going to layer on top of the white with some additional colors. And like I said, I love aqua. So I did my second layer with an aqua undertone. You can do yours any colors that are pleasing to your eye. If you don't like aqua, you can do any color that looks good to you. Just give it a nice, good coat on all. You don't have to do the back if you don't want to, but I did all the sides that will show. And you don't have to be neat or tidy about it, because like I said, we're going to layer a couple of layers of colors. And if you don't get it completely solidly covered with the paint either, that's fine, because we're going to layer more colors. It's totally what looks good to your eye. Make sure I've got the white on all four sides. Okay. This one's super distressed on that one side right there. I probably should have had some sandpaper, but that's okay. Some more of those little pieces of wood fibers came up when I was going over it with my brush, so I'm just cutting them off. If that bothers you, being that chunky and distressed, like I said, just get you a little piece of sandpaper and sand it down. All right, so that looks good. I kind of got the front really covered good. And it'll really, literally only take like 2 minutes to dry before we can go on to the next coat. All right, set that on the side. Wipe some of this paint off my fingers so I don't get it on my stamped images. Then I'm going to take my die cutting machine. And we made a little girl. I made a little girl for the first one. So I want a matching pair. This one I stamped the little hat for the snowman. So I'm going to get that die out, and then I need the carrot nose die, which is right there. And like I said, in your kit, you'll get the stamp and the die set. Newly released this month at Paper Sweeties. And the canvas frame, the popsicle sticks, the twine, the buffalo plaid check fabric to tie your ribbon, and some sort of sticker, a snowflake or whatever I can get my hands on the next time I go back to the store. Like I said, I went today and they were sold out, which was no bueno. But maybe they'll get some more in stock if I go back in the next couple days. This time of year, I feel the stores are just constantly getting boxes and unloading boxes. Those stores that are actually getting their shipments in their boxes and not having horrible supply chain issues. So that is Bailey. Like I said, I was happy to find what I could find when I went shopping today. Okay, so cut these pieces out super quick. And my die cutting machine wants to scooch all over on that wax paper. I'm working in a very teeny tiny limited space here, so I don't have room to really spread out. So there's the snowman base. And here's his middle. And here's his nose. And then we need to cut out his face and his hat. Like I said, I already stamped these images before I started the video to try to save some time. So if you want to replay this and create along with me, you can go ahead and stamp your images ahead of time. And then you have all your parts and pieces ready for when you want to paint and assemble. I might be out of the frame right now, but you get the gist. I'm trying to get a little corner of my work table here that doesn't have the paper on it. Alrighty, there's his hat. And there's his little face. Super cute. All right, done with the die cutting machine for now. I'm gonna set all these little pieces aside so I don't get paint on them, and we're gonna go back to our frame. All right, so that was the white coat. Now I'm gonna go to my second coat. that is this pretty minted aqua. One of my favorite colors. Put a little on my wax paper. And I'm just going back in with that same brush again. And this time I'm gonna dot a lot of it off. And lightly go with almost kind of like a dry brush, kind of. And you can keep adding paint until you get the desired shade of color that you like. And you can go over it again, as little or as much as looks good to your eye. Helps when you're doing projects like this to have some baby wipes sitting right next to you. I usually do that, and I didn't grab them before I started my video, and I don't want to get up and walk away again and leave you. So I just have like a semi-wet piece of paper towel, but it really is helpful to have some baby wipes right next to you when you're doing a project like this, so you can wipe your hands off in between. Okay, so that's basically the second layer. I added my aqua. Then I'm going to set that aside and let that dry for a minute and go on to the next step. So in your kit, you will get 15 popsicle sticks. And I left 2 of them uncut just to show you. So basically what I did is I took my frame with my popsicle stick, turned it on the back, and kind of measured. Because you see, if you glued the hose stick on, it would hang off the edge there. And I didn't want that. So you're going to cut a little bit of it off. And these are just my yucky craft scissors that I use for everything. And it cuts through very easily. So you can get it started and then just push it on your work table and it'll break right off. Or if you have stronger scissors or pliers or something, or wood cutters that would cut right through it. I mean, these will cut right through if I push hard like that. The popsicle sticks, I think it's made with like some sort of balsa wood, so they're very easy to cut through. And then what I did, it's still a little tacky, but I have it on my wax paper, so it will be fine. Turn the light on. I hope that doesn't cause a glare for you, but daylight savings time. I'm doing this video later in the day and it's getting dark already. Then I just kind of alternated my craft sticks, my popsicle sticks, put a little glue on each side and glued a popsicle stick down. Trying to get the first one as straight as you can so the rest of yours don't start going super wonky. Put some more hot glue. And then I kind of alternated my popsicle sticks, putting the cut end on every other side, every other stick. I wasn't sure if they were the same width all the way, so I just thought I would alternate it to kind of keep things in line. You don't have to, but that's what I did. with hot glue is so messy. But what did we do before it was invented, huh? We had to sit around and wait for our projects to dry, sometimes overnight. And I am running out of hot glue. I am going to have to get up again and run and get a glue stick. Oh my lordy bee. Okay. All right. So if you're watching this replay and working your kit, keep going. Okay, good thing I knew right where they were. Those of you that know me know that we are in transition. We are living in our tiny home while we are building our retirement home at the beach, Bailey. And my craft room, everything is displaced. Most of my stuff's in storage. So I have limited supplies where I am. I had to just plug my hot glue back in again because it was starting to cool off. And I don't know, maybe the cord will reach. Well, it reaches enough that I can move it over here out of camera to add some. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry, the top of my head just hit the camera. I am having a time of it, aren't I? All right, I'm gonna let my my hot glue gun heat up again since I unplugged it. We'll move on to another step. Let's just color his cute little nose. Bailey, I just have a marker and I'm gonna just color it in. How many of you craft with your puppies or your kitties at home? I can't help but craft with her because our tiny house is tiny. So wherever I am, she's with me. So I apologize for her talking in the background. All right, we can go ahead and put the little snowman together while I'm waiting for my gun to heat back up. So, pre-stamped, and we die cut these together. Just gonna glue the little pieces together. Like you were outside building a snowman. There's got to be someone walking a dog in front of the house. Bailey! Put his little hat on, and you could put it straight or a little tilted to the side. And then I'm going to pop his nose up with a little foam dot. And the foam dot. Oh, before we do that, before we add the foam dot carrot nose, here's my little trick to add rosy cheeks. Some blush and a Q-tip. And then just lightly, again, just like we did the frame, light, 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 because you could always go back and add more. But if you do it too dark right off the bat, you can't really take it away. Cute. And then his little carrot nose. Adorable. All right, we'll set him aside and we'll keep going. Hopefully my glue gun is heated back up enough. Oh, see, that last one wasn't even hot enough. The glue didn't stick. All right. So I'm going to keep it plugged in this time and just pull my frame off to the side. But you get the gist. And see how we're building that little shiplap wall? Faux shiplap wall. Okay, a couple more. All right, 2 more and we'll be done. And you can go back and add more glue along the edge if you want. Mine feels okay. Oh, no, that one popped off. I think when I made my first one, I was taking more time and didn't have running out of glue and having to run and distractions of the dog. So I took my time and made sure every single stick was stuck really good, but it feels good to me. None of them feel loose. So that's your back. It doesn't really matter how it looks. That's your back. And then when you turn it around, you have the shiplap, and that's pretty to leave it just like that if you prefer. With a wood grain background, that would be super pretty, but I want my set to match. So I'm going to lightly dry brush it with some of this aqua. Very, very lightly, very, very lightly. You can let some of the wood peek out if you're dry brushing. You don't have to cover every single nook and cranny. You can let some of the natural wood peek out if you like that look. Totally up to you. Handmade from the heart. These are my cute little gifts. Very inexpensive if you are in an office type situation and you exchange gifts with your coworkers. After your initial investment of the kit with the stamp and die, you can go yourself and get you the supplies from the Dollar Tree and make up a bunch of them. And they can have different themes and different colors, and sky's the limit. Okay. All right, that looks good. I left a little of my wood peeking out. Getting that corner a little bit more. That one. Sorry, my head keeps hitting the camera because I'm standing. How many of you stand when you craft? Maybe if I sit down, I won't keep hitting the camera. I tend to stand a lot when I craft. All right. I feel like my second one is a little bit darker than my first one, but that's okay. That's okay. If you're not doing the craft at the exact same time, it's near impossible to get them to come out the same every time. All right, then I just put a little of that espresso bean, tiny little bit, on my wax paper, and I'm gonna very, very lightly dry brush around the edges to give it a more distressed kind of look. And if you don't like the distressed look, you don't have to do this. If you like your colors more crisp, you can just paint your project and be done. But I love the distressed look. Farmhousey, distressed, old looking. And again, just like before, you can add as much or as little as you want to get the desired effect and color. And I'm going to go a little bit around the edge. It's looking good. That last little popsicle stick wants to come up, so I'm going to give it a little hit of some hot glue so it'll behave. Okay. Then I think I added a little bit to my background. Just a little, because I'm looking at my first one and it looks slightly distressed. And this background doesn't look distressed. It looks very painted. And I also think when I did my first one, I was using a baby wipe to apply the espresso bean color. So it definitely gives you a more muted palette if you use a baby wipe versus a brush. And you can even take your wet baby wipe or a paper towel to smooth those edges out. And again, you can add as little or as much as is pleasing to your eye. Okay, that looks good. My second one is definitely more distressed than my first and darker. I might have even used a different color paint. Who knows? Okay, so now we're just going to finish it off. We're going to take our little snowman character, find a clean spot on my wax paper. Bailey. She's a pip. I tell her all the time she's lucky, she's cute. She's a pip. And just add your foam dots to the back. Probably did a little overkill there, but that's okay. And then peel the backing off. To expose the adhesive on your foam dots. What are you guys thinking so far? Cute, right? And then I kind of just added my character. Turn it that way. Added my character to the frame. Cute. And then take your little sticker from your kit, be it a snowflake or whatever I can find to put in your kit. I have a bunch of snowflakes left. So, Bailey! Oh my gosh. Guys, I apologize for those of you that aren't used to dogs barking in the background. So cute. And then I'm going to take my 2 little sticks that I picked from my yard. They're kind of long, so I'm going to trim them down a little, just a little. They seem a little bit long to me for this guy. I feel like that's better. My neighbors probably wonder what the heck I'm doing when they see me out there picking sticks out of my yard. Okay. What do we think? Cute? All right. Go back to the glue gun again. Put just a couple of drops on the back of one. Drops on the back of the other. So cute! So cute. Then take your piece of twine. I'm just going to measure the length I used the first time. Make a loop. Put a nice generous dollop of hot glue. Go ahead and put your twine right in there. And if you have some sort of tool close by, like your scissors, press it down with your scissors so you don't burn your fingers. Give it a couple of seconds to dry, really good. And then last, you're gonna take your piece of ribbon from your kit. That I pre-cut for you. Where are my ribbon scissors? There they are. It's easier to tie on a piece that's already been cut. And then I kind of I didn't even do a bow. I just did a loop. Tie it in a little knot. Like that. This ribbon is wired, so it allows you to play with it and form it into the shape that you want. And then I did the bunny ears trick where you fold it in half sure I do it the right way. Not enough of an angle. Steeper angle. Yeah, that looks good. Do the same thing on the other side. Fold it in half. So stinking cute. All right, let me get all this mess out of the way. And show you how adorable. So here was the little girl that I did yesterday. And here's the little boy that we just did today. Some little pieces of fabric from when I cut the bow. So cute! There you have your little Mr. and Mrs. Snowman set. I think these would be adorable hung by a little hot cocoa bar or a coffee bar. So stinking cute. Easy peasy. So I will be loading the kits to the shop. I am going to be putting together a certain amount. I don't know how many yet. I'll have to go through my supplies that I have and see how many supplies I have and see how many kits I can make. I'll be loading them to the shop. And like I said, it includes your brand new released Build a Snowman stamp set and the die set that you can use over and over again. And then you're going to get your frame, your popsicle sticks, your twine, your ribbon, and your sticker. So you can make this exactly like I did here. And then of course you'll have your stamp and your die set if you wanted to make more sets. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.